All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for March Comes In Like a Lion, Season 1, Episode 6.
Okay,
yeah.
We got the official backstory. Yeah.
And it was rough. It was, it was a lot. And now Ray has, I would say, given us as the audience the necessary structure and foundation for understanding his character.
Right.
But also, this is something that he's going to need to come to terms with over the course of the story.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of the journey and setup for his arc, and letting other people in to this whole internal struggle, because he has a lot of self-hatred, I would say.
Or at least he's got a lot of stuff he needs to work through. There's a lot of healing that needs to happen.
Right, but there's a lot of negative perception about himself based on the whole thing with the birds and the thing. He sees himself as as the chick, essentially, that was brought up in the wrong household, so therefore he destroyed the family, and he blames himself for that. Yeah. And that's obviously not true. Yeah. Like, it was not his fault. Right. So, yeah. Ooh, all right, guys. Without further ado, let's get into this. I wonder if we're ever going to get an episode that starts before the intro. You know, the actual, like, show starts before the intro. One of the things we've mentioned a lot before the episode starts with this intro here is that the actual intro's imagery versus the music has actually a really strong contrast. You know, the imagery denotes something that's a lot more
dark and depressing.
Dark and depressing, yeah. Or at least something that's a lot more subdued. And this is something that, as far as music is concerned, feels a lot more triumphant, a lot more like happy and positive energy. And I've always wondered, like, at which point in the OP, like, are we supposed to link the music most strongly with the imagery? Like, is it this part here?
Yeah.
Or is it...
yeah, I feel like that part there kind of sums it all up, because it's the idea of, this is where Ray's at. Right. But then there's something else to it, you know?
I guess so, yeah. The cat's trying to give it to me.
Beach episode.
She's just a ball of stress, basically, and she needs it. Yes. It's like, I don't know. I was just saying words and didn't think about it. Right. Yeah. Ooh. So we don't get an answer again. Right. Wait, but he's not even going to school, so...
He's still, like, technically in school, but he hardly ever goes.
Right, I thought it was an actual, like, school-approved reason for him to not go, so... Yeah, that would be extremely weird. Whoa, wait, re-enroll. You know, it's interesting though, that's her older though. When did he interact with her when she was older? That's what they're hinting at, though, right there. Because...
そしてその夢は叶って現実となり、今度なかったので引っ越しはあっけなく済んだ。
Wow, it's so beautiful. Yep, music and everything.
毎日毎日ただ眠り続けた。
Yeah, yeah, the whole I'm so busy month, that was,
どうしようもなかった。
yeah. Jeez, so dramatic.
Yep.
Wow, nice.
That's imagery.
Cool. Yeah.
泳いで
Against the current.
泳いで
Jeez.
泳ぎ抜いた果てに、やっとたどり着いた島。ここにさえ着けば、
Whoa.
ここにさえ居続けられれば、停滞を受け入れてしまえば、もうここはゴールで。
Jeez.
Oh,
そして、もう一度嵐の海に飛び込んで、僕はもうすでに。
Oh, Snow.
Yeah.
Is this him little though? No, no. Okay.
I think it is.
Yeah, he looks younger. Okay, yeah, you're right.
なんて寒そうな名前なんだ。初めて見たとき、そう思っても、いつだった
Nothing to do with the environment in which you met him in.
Right, right, exactly.
そうや当時、
Okay.
僕たちの国の神様の子供。
あのお兄さんじゃないんだな。さすがにもう外は寒い。
乗っちゃった。詰将棋交差点。
本当だ。すごいじゃないですか。
Nice, nice.
Trying
な
to
かな
connect
か
to
綺麗
him.
にできてますね。24玉26桂24馬まで13手詰めですね。
早っ。スペの一周か。特度は一周。
プロですものね。
That was amazing.
そうや名清流玉将。もうすでに3つ防衛か。どんな人なんだ？
Yeah.
どんな人なんでしょうね。今タイトルはほとんど宗谷名人が持ってるから、
Gotcha.
トーナメントで会うことももうほぼないですし。
初め
Nice.
て見たのは
Using the metaphor that they used in the last episode, the last half of the episode, yeah.
Yep.
そう、この本の同じ特集でだったっけ？やって目の前にいると忘れちゃうけど、お前本当はすごいやつなんだよな。
Actually,
I
actually.
tend to forget, but oh yeah.
ここでは本当いるかいないかわからないけど。
もっともっと
That's not his style. That's not his style, Ray. Come
将
on.
棋界の歴史の中で今までたったの4人。
期待してますよ。あなたは未来の名人と言われてるんですから。
Yeah.
天才もたまには不調くらいあるよね。おいおい、どうしちゃったのさ。しっかりしてよ。未来の名人なんだからさ。
What's great is that there's two ways to look at that, or at least multiple ways to look at that, in that he was hearing those words literally or figuratively, you know, translating what they're actually meaning, you know? But
俺やるよ。勝つ勝つってね。じゃないな。
that's so funny and dumb.
この場合は己に勝つ。
先生、連敗のこと。
お前もそろそろ教室で食べられるよ。もう教室で一人で食べるってのも目立っちゃってあれかな。
Eat with me.
辛いよな。
だから先生、オブラートに包んで破けてるんですね。
Yes,
先生のオブラートって。
That is it.
が一緒に食ってやろうか。
Yes.
先生、
Yeah.
余計目立つと思うんです。
No. It'd be fine.
桐山はな、試験の成績はいいんだけどな。勉強がしたかったからじゃないよな。
I really like that shot.
言い当てられて何も言えなかった。
Yeah.
11月、僕に3つ目の黒星がついて炭を飲んだような気持ちになった。頭では分かっているのに動けないのはなんでだ。勝つ理由がないとか言いながら負けると苦しいのはなぜだ。
私もね、本屋さん行くんだ。一緒に行かない？
I'm getting manga.
ゆうべ餃子だったんだよ。皮から作ったの。すごく美味しかったんだから。売ればよかった。
I love seeing him smile.
The mental math and everything.
Yeah.
My manga's 290 yen.
いや、いいよ。
Aww.
はい、どうぞ。
Percent being treated by a guy. Arigato. Oh, nice, like a smoothie or something.
Or a milkshake or something.
Or milkshake, yeah.
今日は天ぷらなの。かぼちゃとか玉ねぎとかお姉ちゃんがあげるとすっごく美味しいの。だから。レイちゃんはいつも静かで大人っぽいけれど、もう泣き虫なところもあるから心配なの。
.exe has stopped working.
だからうちにおいでよ。一緒にご飯食べよう。
He didn't respond. Killing me with that, but it's so wholesome because you know he's gonna say yes. You know? It's just like
right,
it doesn't matter. It's just
yeah.
So this episode, I think, actually was probably one of the best for getting us into his headspace. Now, this is weird,
yes.
but if you think about it, well, a lot of the stuff that we've gotten thus far. Has been from external perspectives.
Yes, and it's impressionistic and showcasing the emotional state of him, but not so much
the literal stuff.
The literal thoughts and things like that. Yeah.
Right. And there's a lot of specific thoughts that I think are very easy to relate to with what he's going through. But then there's other ones where you go, "Oh, wait. Like, I don't in the moment relate to that, but I remember at some point feeling like that." The idea of what was it? Having an existence where, because he wasn't living for kind of the communal others aspect, it became a burden for him just to cook rice.
Right, because he was able to he finally saw how little of a foundation he had in himself.
Well, also the idea of connection being something that actually stimulates a real world physical energy that he just didn't have, so he slept all day. Like, oof. Oh, an end credits scene.
小さいけど優しくてとてもしっかりしているのだ。くせに心配される高校生って一体。そうだ、ひなちゃんは妹の面倒を見て。
What? Brain freeze?
Oh!
Oh! Oh! He's like, well, okay, hi. You actually have a lot in common. You don't actually, like, have to feel awkward about it. What is this? It's like, a new challenger approaches. Okay. Yeah. So this was probably one of the more depressing episodes.
Oh yeah,
because of not the actual pain and suffering of like the last episode, but of what happens when someone feels defeated. Not defeated in the standpoint of like you lost 2 spots, and you will never.
It's the symptom of the bigger problem.
It's a symptom of the bigger problem. Well said. Yes, it's something where the energy to move forward is so low.
Yeah, just to live, like
that the basic needs of an individual, like eating food, become less desirable than just
wasting away.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where, like, the anime trope of, like, oh, no, I don't know if you'll be eating properly. It's like, no. You can be almost positive that if he is not at the wholesome house, he's not eating properly.
Yeah, this is something that...
Not eating at all.
This is something that I believe is 100% because of human connection. Something that's very... very common in anyone that has some kind of trauma or some kind of, I would say depression or something like this, is that it drives you away from people. Now, here's the thing. Your trauma and your depression are completely valid. There's nothing about it that invalidates you as a person or as an individual or as someone worthy of being loved or insert blah, 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 all these things. But one of the things that's very important to understand here is that your mind is not your friend when you're in those states. It is trying to is basically turning against you.
Right.
So one of the best things that you can do is rely on someone else that you trust. And unfortunately, it's very hard to trust other people when you're in this state. So you're in this catch-22 of like, well, I need other people in my life to live. Like, I will die. I will waste away and die. My life will be over if that doesn't happen. And this is one thing that I found this is just really relatable, is that you can have a really good setup in life, no depression or trauma. I'm trying to relate this to something like my life, where you can be alone, but still end up falling into that wasting away trap that he's in, without any of the depression or the trauma or anything like that.
That just makes it all worse and harder.
Exactly. That makes it harder to get out of. And in some ways, like really, like not impossible, but really, really close to it.
Or at least it. It could get really close to impossible, especially if you're by yourself, and that's the thing. And you know, when you're in that state, then you don't want to go around other people and stuff. The thing that just I feel like it hits hard, and I'm glad that they had it at the beginning of the episode to set the tone. Was when Kyoko is saying all those things in her creepy, terrifying way. And Ray's talking about how he didn't feel sad or angry. He was just like, oh, so that's how it is. That's how it is, And that doesn't say where he's at, what does.
It's something where he's accepted not just the lies of Kyoko, but he's accepted the reality that he's kind of fallen into because of his circumstances and, to an extent, his choices. There's something really depressing about seeing someone who you don't even take anything of their actual acumen or capabilities or potential, anything like that. Just someone who has a good heart, just someone who has a goodness to them like this, just wasting away. And it's something where you look at this whole story and you can kind of see the ending. Like, it's the beautiful thing about this story is that it's not going to end quickly, and I think that's also the saddest thing about this story, is that it's not going to be an easy swim if you catch my drift there.
God damn it, Barb.
I just keep going with these.
But it's one of those things that because they're making it, because they make it slow like this, it also makes it feel more realistic. Because you don't get over traumatic things like that overnight, just because you have some positive person in your life that maybe gives a very impassioned speech, that doesn't fix things.
And to be fair, like, he's exceptionally lucky to have this family in his life, because
incredibly lucky.
I will say that there is a tempered aspect of their situation which is subdued because we haven't ever gotten into their heads yet, except maybe Hina-chan. I would say that we've gotten, because of the whole crush situation and a little other things like that. She is the more so perspective character of their family. Momo has probably got like all kinds of weird stuff in her head to where it's not even worth. Yeah, exactly. It's not worth kind of having her be the perspective character. But Akari could have been that. But I think by them not giving her that kind of perspective for us as the audience, we then are left to wonder like how much the stress of all this stuff with handling the family's care and dealing with her own grief and all that is working out for her.
It feels like it's one of those things where they're basically prepping us for like, okay, Hina is the one that's, she is the person that's there and is I don't know how to
connect
say it.
Directly to Ray.
Exactly. Whereas Akari is the person that caused all this to happen, but also, since we know the least about her, but they still keep giving these like mysterious, almost foreshadowing bits. It's like, okay, we're going to do more with Akari as a character and get more into her own headspace and stuff, but not yet.
Not yet. No.
But yeah,
this episode I think was exceptionally good at showcasing his headspace. There was some very cool imagery flashes and I would say just visual storytelling things that they put into the episode that they made sure that we understood why they were there.
Right.
And thus, in order to do that, they had to have it there a lot or there for a long time.
Sure.
And I think that that was something that was done well. It was executed well. It was something where it literally felt tiring to watch, though.
Right, which is one of those things where it's like, that's very effective because it's what they're going for, but how much do you want to do that in a entertainment medium where you know, because
it's something that I would love to hear like your thoughts of this once we've caught up to wherever you're at.
Well, one of the things that is kind of nice is that because this story has a very like mellow pace, it feels very different from like, say, Attack on Titan. You know, because with Attack on Titan, it's like there's very obvious like plot things where it's like, okay, I can't talk about that.
Couldn't be any more different.
Right, exactly. But with this, it's the things that happen. I feel like there aren't many big surprises. It's more of like, you know what's going on because the conflict is very well established. You know,
I get you, but I would say that I can predict the ending, but I can't predict the next episode.
Sure.
So I don't see it as actually being that kind of obvious.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that because there's how they choose to handle it is yes, but then once they basically get into an episode like this one and they have that initial bit with Kyoko and everything and all that stuff, I feel because the conflict is so strong, that little bit that they give us paints a very clear picture of, okay, this is what we're dealing with this episode. You know, Ray's headspace and all of that stuff, and then the whole bit with Hina at the end was just awesome. And I don't think I actually saw the after credits bit when I first watched this show, because I think when I got to the end credit scene, I was like, oh, okay, cool. All right, next episode.
You were in binge mode or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Next episode, just immediately. Because that was a very short little transition there.
Yeah.
But the weird thing was that I think it was the first time where I saw it said like Child of God Part 3 or something, and I was like,
wait a minute, is this?
I was like, usually they go next episode preview, and then they and we cut before that goes. But okay, so all right. Here's something funny. Something funny. I love how Hina-chan, we actually got her little mental math thing of the cost of money this is 100 yen, but I have 350, but I need to spend 290 on the manga. And then he's like, I'll buy one for you. And what it shows, and this is something that's very, very cool, is that one, Hina-chan wears her emotions, everything on her sleeve. Like, she cannot be subtle.
I mean, because, like, how old is she? She's in middle school, so...
She's 12 or 13 or 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywhere in that range. But the thing is that... The thing that I love about this is that this transitions perfectly into the next scene where her emotions are just... on her face, And it's like, oh my god, I've seen this type of scene play out all like so many different variables slightly altered, but the exact same experience,
right?
And this is so hilarious. And then she runs out after being like, no, stay, but then she snaps and the milkshake smoothie whatever thing just goes out. She's like, and just bolts out, which Okay, how much you want to bet? Oh, wait, you already know. Never mind. How much you want to bet, though? Okay, I'm saying I'll bet that they're going to actually have some kind of a bonding bit, just as they are both sports players, actually. Oh. They both are actually competing in an arena where they want to be
the best.
Yeah. But the thing that's really funny is that he's younger than Ray. He holds the affection of Hina because in some ways he's passionate about the thing he's competing in. What if this is some next level storytelling thing where it actually enthuses him to regain his passion for shogi because in some way he might equate it to I can become more worthy of the family's love and affection.
Sure.
Because he, of course, his head is all screwed up. He thinks that, oh, then I will, start winning more and being the best. And if this middle schooler can do it, like, I can do it too. Yeah. I am smart. I am a prodigy. I can do this. And it's like, hey, that is true, but the way you're coming about this is so backwards.
But the thing is that, like, because of where Ray's at, because what you said about, like, not being worthy and stuff, it's like, yes, I totally get it. Because every time he's there, they build up such a stark contrast between what it's like for Ray at his apartment and then what it's like at the Wholesome House, right?
The Wholesome House, I love it, yes.
That's just what I'm going to call it.
Me too, I love it.
That it makes sense with everything that he's been through that he would have this disparity and feel like, I don't belong here. Right? Like even though I love being there, this is so foreign to me, right? Yeah. So I absolutely see something like that happening. And one thing that I love how they did is that when the dude shows up, Ray immediately is like, "Oh, I'm gonna set Hinata up." You know, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was just leaving. You know, he's down here. It's great. Yeah, cool." And I was like, "Wait! I don't know. I'm ready for this." Like,
and then,
and then runs off.
Which let's analyze this from the perspective of the Takamoto whatever guy. He came here to sit down here. Why is it that he did that? There's other places to sit down.
Right, it could just be that that Ray called out to him and was like, "Oh yeah, come over here and sit down."
He didn't though.
Yeah, Ray did. Yeah, because he was setting up him in Hinata, and then he was about to leave, but then Hinata was like,
"Wait a minute. I don't think that was made clear here."
No, it was. It was made very clear.
Yeah. So they were both intentionally brought here.
No.
To this restaurant.
No.
So that they could have a one-on-one.
No. The fact that the dude ended up being there was just coincidence.
That's my point. Is that him being there, having it be a coincidence, not just getting his stuff and sitting down somewhere else. He went, looked around the entire restaurant, saw someone that he knew, a girl, by the way, sitting with another guy, and yet he goes up to them specifically, and we don't know why.
This is true,
but I'm just saying there's something to be analyzed there.
Sure.
Yeah. The fact that there might be just like, I was meaning that Ray didn't bring him over.
here. to the store,
to the table even.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And he saw him there, and he's like, "Oh!" And then
and he saw that way later after he's like, "Wait, why is Hinata freaking out?"
Yeah. Right. Because she noticed him first.
And I gotta say, like, maybe it's just because Toradora is one of my favorites, or that's maybe just a symptom, of why I love these types of antics.
Right.
But seeing characters that have someone they like and they just freak out and they're like, I don't know what to do, and then the other person is trying to like help things out.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Especially here because it shows that Ray does care about the Wholesome family a lot, and he is perceptive even though he can get very much stuck in his own head.
Yeah, he definitely looks out for them, which is fun because it's something that shows that he's not so wrapped up in his own inner world that he doesn't notice that she's gawking at the 100 yen smoothie milkshake, whatever thing.
Right.
Which, I mean, let's be real. Everyone would have noticed that. Anyone walking with her. But the thing that is that he has this weird situation he's in where he has no obligations. And this is like, it's almost bad that he has zero obligations. He should have some.
Right.
But he has money coming in that he probably doesn't know what to do with.
Yep.
And she's just like,
right.
Oh, this 100 yen smoothie, that would be great. But I saved up all my money for this manga issue. Oh, I'll get it for you. And she's like, ah! And then the whole has never been treated by a guy before. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that's really sweet. Whenever anyone treats you for the first time, not saying like a specific gender or whatever, or specific age of person, whatever. No, but whenever someone treats you for the first time, it's the most like, oh, you don't have to. Like, I mean, I'm really happy that you're doing this, but like,
especially if it's in a situation where you weren't able, like, where it was something you would not have otherwise been able to do because reasons.
Well, that's I mean that, like, especially, yes, but even when it's not that, it's just someone being like, oh, no, don't worry about it. That's literally the line that everyone uses. Oh, don't worry, I got this, you know? And what's so great, guys, this is something that I feel like is really cool here, because there's the innocence of childhood involved here, and there's no pride. There's no pride around the idea of someone granting you something like this. I mean, she really wanted this movie. So
right, exactly.
But so often I see people be like, well, no, you don't have to do that. And you can see that the person who was wanting to treat them has this, like, subdued dejection of, like, yeah, of course, no problem.
I wanted to give you a gift, but okay, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's just make a general just agreement with each other. Like, let's say yes to gifts more often. If someone comes up and gifts you something, and I mean, if you sense some weird whatever intent behind it, sure, reject that. Right. But no, if someone's just being nice and just giving you a gift, don't be all like, I don't need your help kind of thing. Even if it's not that, just say yes. Just let them gift you something.
And we kind of see something similar to that in Akari, where whenever he's like, oh yeah, I'll pay for it. She's like, okay, well, yeah, thanks, we'll pay you back for this stuff. And it's like, no, I was trying to have it be a gift.
Exactly.
You know? And
that's how you know Akari's still got a lot of stuff going on with her as well.
And that's one of the reasons why I love the characters in the show so much, because they all have things going on, and they all have things that they need to, like, they need help with, you know, and they need to grow in those areas. And here, even with someone like Rei, like this I feel like Iroh could just teleport into this story and just be like, you know, sometimes the best way to deal with your own problems is to help someone else with theirs, you know.
And that's Akari's whole savior complex,
right?
Remember?
That's Akari's whole savior complex thing, and it's also what we got to see here with Rei.
Yes,
that one of the reasons why this family is so wholesome and helpful is not just because of how they help him, but of how they allow him to help them, right? They help each other. And that is so important and so incredible, because that's something that he doesn't have and probably has never really had. So it's a great episode, guys. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, where you can chat with us about stories or just whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb. I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.